Hi again guys, and welcome back to another episode in our glorious summer series, England's Green and Pleasant Land. Now, I've had a few days rest since our first project that I shared with you here on YouTube, which was of course planting the orchard that is on the other side of this greenhouse. 34 trees in total. Well, it was 35, but I gave one to my sister, so she's happily planting and watering that and tending to the care of that plum tree, a plum mirabelle that I gave her. But I've had a few days rest, as I say, because that was back-breaking work, digging 34 holes and resoiling them, planting the trees. Oh, you can imagine the workload that was involved in that. But I have a few days before I receive another load of plants that I have ordered. And in that time, rather than being idle, I am doing my best to prepare the land in the plot that I've chosen to receive those plants. Now, the reason I'm doing this is, and this casts me back to my old rugby playing days. My rugby coach, he came out with some right blinder of advice that really sticks with you for life. And he always said, never forget the 5 Ps. Prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. So that's exactly what I'm doing here today. I've been preparing the land over the last couple of days to receive 20 strawberry plants that I will be planting in this rectangle here. Now, this tilled soil was originally grass, as you can see around you. But I turfed it in a similar manner to how I did the turfing for the orchard tree. So if you don't know how to turf, go back and watch that video and it will give you general advice on how to do it. When you're turfing the soil for things like strawberry plants, you don't want to take the turf too deep, okay? You don't want to take away that much soil. So you don't dig too deep, but you just skim across and you take as much of the grass as you can. The turf that you get, I reused. I don't like things going to waste, so I used it to border my fences around here where there was a bit of bare soil due to water and wind erosion. Because the turf has grass in it, it's actually really good at resisting that, and it will create a nice stable boundary now along my fence line, which I've only just had done, hence why there was bare soil, but no longer, as you can see. Anyway, the way that you do this and prepare for plants, it doesn't have to be strawberry plants, it could be blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, which by the way I'm going to be doing very soon, and I will share that experience with you also. But in this case we're doing strawberry plants. Let's say what you want to first do is just do the turf, then once you've exposed the soil you want to till it, okay? So you want to use a fork. A fork is going to be your best friend in this case. And what you do is you just plant it in and you just really kind of dig up the soil like this. And when it's up, you just twist the fork around and really just try to make the soil as crumbly as possible. You don't really want big lumps. Now, this is not something that's going to be easy to do the first time round. It takes multiple attempts to get it perfect. So what I would do is I would sit yourself an entire day, such as today, where the sun is glorious and then shining down. And you basically use it as a nice bronzing session, right? You use it as an opportunity to get yourself a nice tan. You can sit down or stand up. Standing up's preferable, but I must admit, I've done a meaty squat workout this morning, so my legs are very tired. So I've placed this little chair here to sit down whilst I just till the soil, turning it over, breaking down the big lumps with a fork. But of course, you're probably not like me. You're not silly Billy. And you're not going to do an insanely hard squat workout before a full day's worth of gardening. So hopefully you're able to stand up, although this is useful if you are a little bit weak on your feet or a little bit tired. Definitely invest in one of these. It does a right good job. Anyway, as I say, if you're not a silly Billy, you'll try and do this standing up where where possible. And you'll use your body weight. As I say, let physics do the work for you. There's no point using those muscles. Let physics do the work for you, because otherwise you're just going to get tired. Arlo, do you mind? Anyway, put your body weight behind it. The more you till the soil, the easier the fork will be to get in. When I first started doing this, it was proper, tough, hard soil. This was, a very mature lawn. It's never been tilled, it's never been dug, and so there's plenty of roots in here. However, as you can see, I've done quite an extensive amount of work already. Once you've dug it deep, lift the soil up, and that's really a good starting place. I'll do that kind of all over, as I say, several times over the day. Have yourself a nice lemonade, a nice wee break halfway through, No point in working yourself to death, but nonetheless, you also have to do the workload. You know, as I say, you get in you get out what you put in with gardening. Okay, so as I say, dig the fork in, bring the soil up. The deeper you get it, the harder it is to bring the soil up. So if you don't quite have the same body weight or strength as myself, don't worry, just go as deep as you can and bring the soil up. And as I say, there are roots like there was in this soil. You can't go that deep anyway because it becomes really resistant. But after you've tilled it a little bit, as I say, it gets a bit easier. Once you've done that, you just put the fork in and you kind of twist and turn, and you really just, as I say, create a nice little crumble of the soil, a bit like an apple crumble. Okay, a nice little fluffy, as fluffy as possible soil, which will act as a nice new home for whatever plants you want to put in. So I think that's it for today's video. Not much to say really. You turf it and you fork it and then you twist it, right? That's all you need to do. So I'll see you soon, guys. Enjoy this beautiful summer, and I'll catch up with you as soon as I've got some footage to share. Nice.